country. We all are missing you. Team Nagarajan, everybody are online. Then followed by Vijay Mission. Second time again, he became our president. Toastmasters Shomolo, and after that, Toastmasters. It's our pride and privilege to announce one more thing. One of our very dear friends, Toastmaster Sandeep PJ, he will be migrating to New Zealand and settling over there, but he is not leaving us, neither his better half is leaving us. So we are giving a wonderful farewell party also to them. But the thing is, what I believe that what we create is important, but what we leave behind, it's more important. So both of them are leaving that legacy within our heart that we are not be able to leave them anytime. So that is the reason we both, whether physically or face to face, we are unable to meet each other, but online you can support us, be with us, show your face. That gives a lot of motivation and inspiration to us. Among all of you, there are a lot of dignitaries. If I call one, another, it's yes, exactly. So I welcome you all, dear ma'am, dear sir, and Deepa, please come over here and share some of your experiences. Printers and I mean, actually, I didn't expect to come over. Okay, this is important, but yeah, I don't know. Before the mental, the giants who on whose shoulders you are standing. And the Toastmasters, this particular Toastmasters club itself is the giant if you think about the legacy. 2005 onwards, this club is leading in an advanced manner. So many clubs actually we have seen, but I have to move from that advanced status to the normal community club status. But this club, I have not heard anything about some similar discussion. So I'm sure the club is always ups and downs will be there, but when she mentioned about the presidents, all are like super giants. So that discussion of going to a normal club is not there. So please continue your journey in that advanced manner, leading the entire UAE fraternity. And again, let me tell you, I'm still standing on the shoulders of giants, though I'm, we take the, what is that, the literal meaning of giants. I'm afraid to stand or, giants itself. So I'm actually getting inspired by all of them, and the entire district is getting inspired by the UAE Advanced Toastmasters Club. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and all the very best and congratulations. Continue with this super awesome journey. Thank you. May I get that privilege and opportunity to call one of the shining stars of Toastmasters fraternity, M. Balaji, please come and give us at least some motivational words so that in spite of all the infections, all the operations, wherever we are, which part of the country, we will be able to come and attend our meeting when we are called to do so.
Morning, everybody. I had a basic problem last evening and I realized we all need to go back and check where our belongings are. Because 2 years of online meetings, we forgot where we kept our Toastmasters badge. So last night I had to search my entire house to find out, did I really achieve DT? Because I didn't get any badge, I didn't get any pin. The only thing which I found was the immediate past district director badge, and that I can't get. Yeah, but it's amazing to get back to physical meetings. It's super to get back to see Toastmasters face to face. I think in other countries, especially in the US, they're still not able to. And in Europe, it's definitely not there. But we are very lucky that we are having face to face meetings. And UAE Advanced Toastmasters, it's fabulous to have you complete 17 years of existence. And Srivalsan, wonderful to have started this. And I think anything which we have started, some of us, we have continued the legacy, and that will continue forever. I am happy that I'm given a chance today to speak. Thank you very much, and all the best for your tenure as the president.
Thank you, sir. I want to make it down. Without calling somebody, my presidential speech will not conclude. I would like to call our very dear, very own DTM Nelson. Please come over here and share your experience with the Advanced Toastmasters Club. Be careful this way. Thank you, sir.
It's very great to be in your midst. I still remember we have seen the ups and downs of UAE Toastmasters and Nagarajan sir, BKM Balaji, and all forward sitting here, pulled together. And what we are today is absolutely amazing. I have great memories with UAE Advanced Toastmasters, especially I could represent UAE Advanced to the contest, to area division, because my home club I never got opportunities. In fact, one of the greatest memory was when I went represented to DTAC, I was placed fourth in our UAE Advanced club. The first place winner couldn't go, second place couldn't go, third place couldn't, and then it so happened I was so thankful to the chief judge because he had given the correct notification of winners. If we had not handed over, perhaps I would not. But yes, UAE Advanced, and one of the greatest memories for me is the importance of Sergeant at Arms role was taught to me by KG Guna. He was the president. In the first meeting, I just came and I spoke. And next morning, he called me and said, "You have 2 minutes. See some news. What is happening in Toastmasters? Something." And he motivated me so much. After that, there was no looking back. So learned a lot, and most importantly, I had great mentors. DTM Balaji here, who's even today great mentoring me even today. And this is the beauty, I think. We are not ashamed to reach out to our mentors. Any problem, reach out, and UAE Advanced have a lot of members. And for the club, I'm mighty happy to be here, starting in person. And the vibration, the ATM group is one of the most positive groups among so many Toastmaster groups. It gives so much of energy that you like to but good luck, 17 and many more to count. But sadly, in that 17th, I have never been the opportunity as a president. I don't know why.
Yes, with this role, I would like to call the father of our club. Because it's here that we don't reach
Okay. And last moment I'm trying. Not memory for this one actually. When Sundarajan becomes the area director, we have to start a club because it's full. So the only chance was that time we are only 2 clubs in UAE. Maybe at that time 8 or 9 clubs. In this Division B and Division J. So we thought most of the advanced Toastmasters are not doing any projects. They are only doing evaluations and then evaluations. So took that as a reason, and me and him together started this club to make sure that only 2 speeches happen and only the group evaluation. That's how it started. So Murad that time, Murad, as well as JK Nayak and Balu encouraged us to start this club, and we started in Division B actually this club in the beginning. And I was asking Sundarajan because at the time we didn't have a venue. So we started in a restaurant, small restaurant in this club. And we never thought it would go such a long way. So we, at the same time, we started three clubs. This one, then our own English school, that club, and SMDTA, their own club. But two of them that died actually. But this club, because of K. Nagarajan, we could reach here. Nagarajan became member in 2006. And in 2006, I left UAE. I went to Bahrain. And whenever I come to UAE, I attend Khaja responsibility and UAE responsibility. And I see these two clubs were molded well under the guidance of Nagarajan. And of course, Jayesh is another person who was always a member of this club. Now, even you actually don't attend the meeting, he's a member. But he supports Nagarajan. These two people, I kept the clubs together for such a long years. And thanks a lot for that, because it's really pride when you start something and it's still going on well. In good hands.
It's really irritating to say that whenever I feel like I will not be able to perform this responsibility, the person who is beneath my wings, that is father of the club, Shivalsan, he will send me one voice note, and after that again I will go back. And again I will think somehow I will manage. In other words, it's also part of my responsibility. So thank you, sir, for being the wind beneath of our wings. And another one about whom always he encourages me that you take this responsibility, you have such a wonderful and efficient VP with you. Yes, he is performing for our club like you have seen the principle of an organization, exactly the same, with a lot of responsibility, dedication, positivity. He is giving everything to this club and helping us to get united again and again for each and every meeting. He does a lot. By himself, he puts our name into the roles, the speeches, the evaluation, and maybe before one night before of the meeting, we will say, oh, tomorrow I have to speak. Oh my God, tomorrow evaluation. So thank you so much to our principal, sir, our VP education, Toastmasters, I know let us give you a be the Toastmaster of the day for this meeting. We welcome you, sir. Thank you. The podium is all yours.
Okay, I'm going to keep pushing throughout in the journey I have in Toastmasters. So, a round of applause for President for bringing in all the stalwarts to hear the story of how UAE Advance began its own journey. We'd like to welcome all the dignitaries once again. And as we okay, so we will now proceed with the program. So, does anybody know what is the word for today? What is the word of the day? Anybody? So all the speakers who came and I was reflecting, so the word is called tenacity. You know, tenacity is, does anybody know what is tenacity? Just quickly, being tenacious, flexible, what else? Correct. So it is basically persistent. You know, in simple word, 17, today's theme is 17 and counting. I think this club deserves a round of applause for being persistent, being tenacious in conducting its business from the last 17 years and more years to come. So let's go forward. We will be first doing we moved our table topics forward afterwards. We will be now going to our education session. Check here. We will now have our education session. And the education session's theme for today is Moment of Truth. Our club is really going through a whole challenge, and it's a wonderful time to do the Moments of Truth as we begin a new year with TMI. And what better person to do this today amongst us? A very high profile dignitary amongst us. We have a privilege that our past area director, District 105, is with us today. He joined the Toastmasters in 1998. One of the most senior members in the region. Oh, okay. I said it. Sorry. Sorry.
Be clear about the.
We are going to have our education session today, which is on Moments of Truth. And in order to give this education session, it's our privilege and honor for our club today to have our past district director, District 105, with us today. He joined Toastmasters in 1998. He's one of the most senior members in the region. He's a man whom we all look up to as a mentor. He's led our district among the top 10 in the world during 2018-2019. He's here to conduct the education session, Moments of Truth. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Nagabhushan Balaji.
Good morning, everybody. All right, just give me a second checking out this technology. Yes. It's wonderful to be here and to address the UAE Advanced Toastmasters today. And I'm so grateful that we're having a physical meeting after a gap of around 2 years. Why Moments of Truth? Because I go back to my yesteryears. I joined in 1998 as per the introduction. During that time, we didn't have a lot of gadgets and electronics things to go and propaganda and market Toastmasters. So one of the things which we used to do, this Toastmasters pin which we are wearing, we used to wear it from morning till evening until we go to bed. So what happens there is, it's exactly this. The Moment of Truth is an episode where somebody comes in contact with you or something in your life, and that is something which you create an impression about you or the organization or the club which you are a part of. So when people used to see this Toastmasters pin on us, the first thing they used to ask is, what is this which you're wearing? Because that was rare. What is this which you're wearing here? And the best part we used to do was, I think if you want to know more about it, please come as a guest. So today is the day, today is the time, just spend 2 hours. All you need to do is wear formals. And that was the only condition. And after they came into the Toastmasters Club, it was our job to orient them into Toastmasters and make sure that they understand everything. So let's start with the Moments of Truth. As I said, with the impression which you create. Let's start off with our own club. Let's take example of UAE Toastmasters for today. And let's talk about what are our Moments of Truth. Our Moments of Truth depend upon the guests who come in, the members who are staying, and the members who actually come in and join you in your club. So what is the first impression you create? Just go back and think about your own house when guests are coming. What do you want them to do? It's the first impression which you create. So when a guest walks in into your club, the first thing we do is welcome them. They should feel welcome. And when they feel welcome, that is when they start thinking of, okay, this club says something. So I need to be ready about being a part of this club because it has a lot of family atmosphere. Now, once you have that first impression created, the guest is actually sitting there and listening to the proceedings of the meeting. And during the proceedings of the meeting, if everything goes well organized, the guest would leave with a very, very happy intention of coming back. Now, how do you do that? Is the organization should make sure that we plan it very well. We have an agenda in place. We have a timing in place. Every role player takes the timing very seriously. and what they speak about, which means something to the guest. And they start thinking about the speeches, the evaluations, and what they take home at the end of the meeting. So the first impression which you create to a guest is very important. But once the guest leaves and goes away, don't leave the guest there. You need to go back and acknowledge their presence in the meeting on that. That means you thank them for doing it. You can send an email to them thanking them, and you also give them the date of the next meeting and follow it up. Follow it up so that they can come back to the meeting and they can become a part of it. Remember that even when they come for the second meeting, they are still a guest. And all along, what they saw on the first day is what they would like to see every time they come in. So let's move on. This is what the guests and the new people come in. But what is more important for you to do is the first impressions which you created have to be carried on. And once the member starts becoming a part of you, then you need to make sure that you orient them as to what the club needs, what is Toastmasters all about, and you have the member induction. Do not forget this part. A lot of clubs where I have seen members walking, they come and say, okay, I want to become a member. The treasurer gives them a form to fill it up, and they collect the fees, pay to Toastmasters International, and after that they tell them, please go ahead. This is a small role you can accept. Hold. Properly do an induction. Get them inducted into the club. Let them understand what Toastmasters is all about. And once the induction is done, allot a mentor to them or somebody senior who can take care of them or their needs for the initial. Once they understand what the club is and what the rules are, then you teach them up with the rules which they can do. So that is very important because membership orientation is not just doing an induction and asking them to be a part of you. There are lots of things which they need to understand. The education program of Toastmasters, pathways. They need to understand what is pathways. Don't just direct them saying, please go to the website, click on pathways, and you can select your program which you can speak. Explain to them what is pathways, where it leads to, where is the learning coming in, and what are the different paths which they can adapt. And once they select that path, your mentor or the person whom you have put as guide will take care of them, has to actually acquaint them with that path, how they can do their projects, and how they can move forward. Eventually, where they need to reach the pinnacle, and what is that which is the goal which they have to put off. As an example, if I go back to 1998, when I joined Toastmasters, Pathways was not there. It was a different type of education program. We didn't have these gadgets, we didn't have the electronic program. My mentor asked me to come to his house for a cup of coffee. And while I was having the coffee in 2 hours, he explained to me 2 parts. One is the communication ladder, another is the leadership ladder. And at that time, we had these 2 parts different. And by the end of 2 hours, I was enriched. I was enriched as to how I can become a distinguished Toastmaster. I was almost also enriched to become somebody as a leader in your club, in your area, in your division. And at that time, we didn't have a district. So he was just giving an idea of what the district is. So this orientation is very important for all the people who come in and join Toastmasters. So don't forget it. Member orientation is the first step you take when a member joins your club. Let's move on to fellowship, variety, and communication. That is the strength of this club. This club has a family atmosphere, and this club for 17 years has done this day in and day out. And I know that it will continue to do that. So when a new member comes in, make sure that new member becomes a part of the family. There's a lot of fellowship which happens here. You actually deal with things together, you deal with as a family. And during those times when the graph is down, or in the introduction of this meeting itself, I heard that in the 17 years, there have been so many people who have stood by this club. And the founder of the club still being a member with you and continuing with you is the greatest strength you have. So fellowship is something which you have within yourselves. What is the other thing which you need to do? The variety in your meetings. When you have a normal agenda and every time you have the same agenda of speeches, of table topics, of evaluation, sometimes you get bored. So what do you need to do? Bring variety, bring in education sessions, bring in a dignitary to speak to the audience, bring in some humor, ask somebody to come in and 3 minutes or 4 minutes, narrate some jokes, make people laugh, or have some activity together, which is a sort of teamwork within your own club. So what happens there is a lot of variety in your club meetings. And once that happens, people actually want to stick on in your club. most important, don't forget that the education part of the program should not be lost. You still need to have some speeches or evaluations where people still understand, yes, probably one meeting we had fun, but the next meeting we go back to where we belong. Because we have to go into the distinguished club program. That is one of the goals which we need to do. So the education part should continue. So a lot of fellowship variety and a lot of communication has to happen. And one of the things in communication is not just your club meetings. What do you do before your club meetings? What do you do after your club meetings? And how do you actually propagate UAE Advanced Toastmasters to the outside world? The newsletters, your website if you have one, yeah, and you actually relate yourself on Facebook and a lot of social media channels, because others can know more about your club, the area, the division, the district will now know that you are 17 years old. And I just saw a letter from the district director congratulating the president that you have completed 17 years, which means your club is known to the outside world. It's not just inside, it's also the outside world. People need to understand that there's a club for UAE Advanced Toastmasters. So communication inside and communication outside is also very important. So remember, fellowship, communication, and variety is something which you can bring out in your club. Program planning, you have done it beautifully. In fact, your VP Education actually talks to everybody regularly. It's not just the VP Education, it's also the president and a lot of people keep actually boarding us to do our projects. Come on, let's finish our projects. Let's come in and get evaluations done. One of the hallmarks of this club is the group evaluation which you do. And that is fantastic. You have one person giving a speech and you have 3 or 4 people evaluating that speech. I don't think there are many clubs where this sort of an atmosphere is there. So your agenda, your program is very clearly laid out and you come in and you adhere to that program, which makes it very interesting for a lot of people because they can come in and deliver speeches in your club if they want a strong evaluation from seniors and the panel to give them an evaluation of their speech. And the take-home value is evaluation. The take-home value is what did I learn, and that is what you need to stick on. So make sure that your program planning, your meeting organization, and the orientation, everything happens very, very well. Membership strength. This is something we need to think of always. Toastmasters have said that the minimum membership which you require for retaining your club status is 8. But then the minimum membership required to call you as a healthy club is 20. But as we move on, is 20 enough? 20 may not be enough because there are lots of days when people are busy. So in your meetings, probably when you have 20 members, imagine a 70 or 80% of audience, you have only around 15 attending. So you need to think of, should I keep it at 20 or should I move forward? And I don't think there's anything wrong in increasing the membership strength. The more the members, the more the people who actually understand Toastmasters and take the benefit out of this program. So move it 25, 30. And when you do that, the audience here increases. So that 15 becomes 20, 20 becomes 25. And then you'll have to find a different venue for ensuring that you need to fit in that members. And eventually, as you move forward, you start thinking of UAE Advanced Toastmasters #2. Or you aim saying, okay, I have one more club which is coming in. And this actually helps not just your club, it has the area, the district, the division, and eventually Toastmasters International to achieve their mission of making communication and leadership a worldwide reality. This helps because we need to send this message out. So membership strength is something you need to think of. Achievement recognition. Who doesn't like being recognized? Everybody likes being recognized. The moment you come here and deliver your speech, people are so happy that you clap. That itself is recognition. And we not only clap when the person reaches the speech, we keep clapping every time. The moment we walk in here, we clap. The moment the person actually gets up from the seat and comes in, we clap. And they finish, we clap. And at the end of it, we recognize their achievements. Give them a certificate, give them a trophy, give them something so that they can carry it back home, saying, this is one of the speeches we got actually rendered, and his achievement has been fantastic. Somebody gets to a milestone, announce it everywhere, to the area, to the division, to the district, in the social media. Somebody finishes pathway, one of the path, announce it to the entire world. They feel happy. So the moment they feel happy, they will feel that this is the family I want to stick on. your 17 years will become 34, 34 will become 50 plus. And one day you can tell Toastmasters, we have been here for 50 years and we are the happiest club among the lost. And Srivalsan probably as the founder will still be there with you. And you will enjoy being there. So that is something you need to adhere to, not just call the members, not just ask them to become your family, you also recognize the achievements which they have in this club. Remember, do you meet your standards? Yes, always. You need to think of meeting those standards always. And what are those standards you're looking at? The first impression you create, the planning which you do, the implementation which you actually have. One of the things which we need to think of is a lot of Toastmasters print the agenda saying it's for 2 hours, and by the time they finish, it is 3 hours. Every role has a time. So make sure that the role players know the timing, and at the end of it, people who have blocked the 2 hours, spend those 2 hours thinking with you. And they go back thinking, yes, this 2 hours is enriched. Don't make them feel that next time when I come, I think it's 2.5 to 3 hours, I don't have time. So maybe I'll avoid going to. Don't do that. Stick to what we need to do. So certain things are basics which we need to do. As I already said, membership strength, the achievement recognition, all this getting together. So these are the impressions which you create for somebody to ensure that your club is meeting standards. So all these put together is something called moment of truth. Now, if in case you don't feel that moment of truth in your house, that a guest comes in, walks in, you take care of them, you actually have a hearty chat, and eventually they give a feedback, you give a feedback, and the person actually goes out and tomorrow says, it was wonderful time which I spent in your house. So can I come back again? Or they'll say, why don't you come to our house and spend some time with us? That is something where you need to create. And I feel that it is never a chance you'll get to create that impression. Because the moment you create that impression, they will always stick together. And I will never forget saying this before I leave. The one experience which I had when we went to one of the malls and we wanted to have a cup of coffee before going into the theater. We were looking for that shop and we had only 3 shops over there inside the mall. And we were looking for coffee. And we went to one stall and we didn't like the way the person spoke to us. So thinking, no, let's not have coffee here. So we moved to the next shop. And when we moved to the next shop, there was a lady in front. That shop actually had only tea, they didn't have coffee. All right. And when we asked them, they said, fine, sir, don't worry, you just stay here. We will ensure that the tea comes to your table. And believe it or not, tea was prepared. He was actually brought to the table where we were sitting. And when we finished, the lady came in and actually cleaned the table, took the cups. And also came back and gave us the change which we actually thought that we should get. So we didn't have to walk to the shop to collect the change. The lady actually came and served us. So what is that impression she had to get for us? So next time or every time I walk into that mall, I will not go and either. I will go to that shop only. And the moment the person looks at my face, even though they don't have tea, they will make sure that the tea is prepared and tea. And that is something we need to remember. So you never get a second chance to make that first impression. So the moment somebody thinks of doing a Toastmasters, create that impression. Make sure they stay with you and eventually you become a very, very successful. I'm open to any questions if you have, please. Thank you. That's a wonderful question. The relationship between a mentor and mentee is like father and children or mother and children. So the more number of times you talk, the more number of times you meet, it is beneficial for both the mentor and the mentee. Remember, it's not just the mentee who is learning. Once you become a mentor, you learn more than the mentee. Because your mentee might have some talents which you don't have. Your mentee might be better spoken than you. Your mentee might have a language which is probably at a very high level and you want to learn from that mentee. I actually learned a lot from my mentees because it's not just Toastmasters. The moment you start interacting with them, you will learn that they have so many other things in their life which probably you can pick up. And I learned English from my mentees. While I'm speaking certain words, I started using because I learned it from my mentees. So that relationship is something which you need to think of. But make sure that you notify them well before, because everybody has time limitations. Everybody is busy with work. So you block the time. You actually decide on the time when you need to meet, and the more you meet, the better. Meeting is not just meeting. Meeting should also have some value at the end of it. So the mentee or the mentor should start thinking, yes, we met for 15 minutes. We need to think of the next half an hour, next 45 minutes, then we do. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
How can we improve our networking session to bring the tenacity in our members to get involved in that network?
Thank you. Networking is something which is very important if your club has to flourish, because they start thinking of the club as a family. So in your agenda, probably you mentioned 15 to 20 minutes of networking before the actual start of the meeting. And also have something called business sessions in your meetings, because the moment you start having networking, people come early, people start talking to you. One of the clubs which I know has networking session after the meeting, because they announce at the end of the agenda that you have dinner today. So when you have dinner, automatically people want to stay until they are. Yeah, their networking happens during dinner. So if you want to present something before your club meeting, probably have a small snack session, have a coffee or tea session. So bring them together. Somebody prepares sweets and lays it on the table and say, today this sweet is available during our network. So the moment they think of all the attractions which you have, the networking session will be. And once they come into the club, the agenda flows in. At the end of it, you can see that they don't want to go home. They actually sit here and start networking more and more. And outside the club, they start networking with all them. That can help you. Thank you. Yes.
Doing advanced has completed 70 for this course. So what is the secret sauce that other companies implement to take on 70 and
UAE Advanced completed 17 years. What's the secret of success which other clubs can take from you? I think the commitment, the dedication. Yeah, this is something which is very, very prevalent in this. The members who are there right from the beginning feel that they're a part of the family and they commit to what they need to do. I have seen this club sometimes get down to below 18 strength, but they didn't let this club close down. They worked together and moved it forward. 8 to 15, 15 to 20, and eventually started rejoicing that they are a key club. And you have people who probably have not attended this meeting for 2 or 3 years, come back. You have one person here who's sitting over there who had left Toastmasters for many years, and he came back and he said, I will join this club, which means he felt a belonging to this club. So things which you need to think of is, how will I actually commit? How will I have people commit to this club? How will I have people get to this club and say, this is my club, the feeling, the passion. And once that comes in, I think this club is success. And this is what you need to probably take it out to the others. Yes, sir.
How important is the giving the sound process? Because I have seen that some clubs they skip generally when they put the same.
Thank you. That's a wonderful question. How important is the role of the general evaluator in a meeting? From a Toastmasters point of view, the general evaluator is the master of evaluation, which means if you have 2 or 3 evaluators in the club, the general evaluator is actually watching the evaluators along with the speakers to ensure that he gives a feedback to the evaluators to improve their evaluation so that members can come back again and again and deliver the speeches. The second role of the general evaluator is to see how your program planning works, how your entire planning and things which you implemented work. So at the end of the meeting, the general evaluator has to give you a feedback of what went well, a feedback of what you can improve. So it's very, very important to have a general evaluator, because the general evaluator is not only looking at the speeches which happen, they are looking at every part of the meeting from the time you start, which means the time you start, the sergeant at arms, the inspiration which he or she provides, and then the Toastmaster of the day, what is the theme and how did they carry the theme, or probably was there a lot of humor? Did people enjoy? Did people laugh? Did they have fun during meetings? A lot of things happen because the more you have fun, the more you learn. Am I right? So such things are brought out by the general evaluator. So my suggestion is never remove that role from your agenda, because that is something very, very important in every meeting. And then you go back, take out the suggestions and start improving upon them. Call the same general evaluator again, probably after 6 months, and let the general evaluator give you a feedback and see how better your club is. Any more? Yes, please. How am I doing on time?
Oh, see, instead, 6 days before time, now this is been on.
Excellent. Thank you.
One thing that, for me, as Toastmaster, I have had several mentors, like the room, which really the inspiration to come back. Now, new bunch of members joining. How can we have another became Balaji, another became Nelson, another became Srivasan, another became Jay, became Nagalas? What is in order to develop the next group of inspiration?
Thank you. It's a beautiful question. If I understand it properly, how will we take the younger generation to believe in what we have done and in Toastmasters, and how we can bring them up forward to become more distinguished Toastmasters, more leaders? That's what is the question. Am I right? Brilliant. Let me compare this to life. The kids of the present generation want to do things fast. They want to become millionaires fast. They want to have the best of industries fast. They want to have a very successful life. And eventually at the age of 30 or 40, they get bored because they have done most of it which they wanted to do. But what is the thing which probably you can bring into them? Your experience. Because it's not just doing it, it is feeling it. So I think as people who are experienced Toastmasters and become distinguished Toastmasters that have led the path forward, we need to teach them how you need to feel at the end of every project. How actually you come and deliver your project, how actually you get the evaluation, what is that thing that you need to implement in your next project, how you can improve, and eventually become one of the best communicators and leaders in this world. And the moment you start pitching in, and most important, that they don't meet the objective, you tell them that the objective was not met. Maybe if you want to, you can go and deliver your speech again to meet your objective. That throws a challenge. And the moment that challenge is thrown, you can actually think of them becoming better. But the most important part you need to remember is you have a mentor-mentee relationship. If you have a mentee who is very young and who is of the present generation, try pitching them up with somebody who has been in Toastmasters for long. And that will help them because the person who is there for long will learn more about social media and what we need to do. Okay, the person will also learn how to set up my business fast and become a beginner. Whereas he will actually give his experience and all his knowledge and wisdom to the child over there. And the child can eventually become a distinguished Toastmaster. Who smiles when that person becomes a distinguished Toastmaster? It's you, right? So the happiness is there for everyone to see. So pitch in that combination. Any more? Can we make it the last question? Because we might run on time. Okay.
How, we want to invite a lot of people to Toastmasters. And what is the best way to invite, a person who's not a Toastmaster for a session? What are the best ways to invite people to attend Toastmasters?
Wonderful. Thank you. When we joined Toastmasters, there were the 10 promises. The 10 promises stay even today. But there's only one promise which has changed in language. We have something called befriend a guest. That means you bring somebody as a guest and then befriend them and tell them that you become a member. Probably the language did not suit, so they have changed it. Bring guests and make them members. Okay, how do you actually do that? In the past, we used to wear this. In the past, wherever we go, we used to speak about Toastmasters and we used to put people inside. We don't need to do much now like that. It's not just physical. You have the social media. You have your meetings where you go externally to many places. So there, if you actually showcase your skills, if you present something and somebody comes and asks you, the presentation was brilliant. I like the way you brought clarity into your content. Sit there and say, will you please come with me as a guest? Let's go. And there's a place where we can learn how both of us can become better. Get them in. And the moment they come inside your club, bring all the things of moments of truth into picture. Treat them well. Tell them this is Toastmasters. And then provide them somebody who can help them come up the ladder of success. When you do all this stuff, they will come back to you as, yes, I want to come back and become a member of this stuff. So it's not just one. In a meeting, you can get 5 to 10 guests. Out of 10, probably 2 of them believe in what you said, and then you become your strong members. We all became members like that. In fact, in my office, when I was sitting, and my office used to work 7:45 to 4, and after 4, I didn't know what to do in the evenings. And in that place, we didn't have much of entertainment. So I used to cook, eat, sleep, and then take a walk somewhere in the evening, come back again, eat and sleep, and I was not doing anything. My boss noticed this. And my boss said, on a Tuesday, which is next Tuesday, please, at 6 o'clock, wear your suit and come to a place where I called you. I said, I'm going to come at 6 o'clock. I have no problem. But again, wear a suit because from morning 7 till 4, I wore a suit. I've kept it aside. I don't want to wear. He said, for this institution, you have to wear. So I wore my suit and went there. And I saw 6 people committed in that meeting. We were not a district. It was the #1 club or the first club in the UAE, which I joined. And there were only 6 people in the audience. Believe it or not, all the 6 of them were highly qualified. In fact, all of them were chartered accountants, and I'm the only one who was not. And I had to fit into them. What did they create? They created an atmosphere that I fitted into. They made sure that I was very comfortable. And that club which I spoke about dinner, that is the club. And they gave me dinner that day and said, today you don't need to go home. And I stuck on with that club forever. So think about it. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful session addressing you today. And if you have any questions, my email, my phone number is always available. I am there. Thanks a lot. Well, a round of applause for our education professor today. Past District Director, District 105. Okay, round of applause now again for our District Director for doing a wonderful minute of work. You know, all of us wait for something dynamic, and Toastmasters is known for being, on the spot, right? Being on the spot. I'd like to welcome our DTM Jayesh to give us a wonderful table topic session, and hopefully he's got some creative ideas. So don't hide yourself behind the screens. Please welcome DTM Jayesh to give us a table topic master today. You know, Mike? Okay. No, I think I'm audible. Anyone in the there? If I'm not audible, please let me know. I'm on the Zoom. Right. Okay. Toastmaster Anurag is there and Toastmasters. So yes, we had a fantastic session of movement of truth, and movement of truth is all about either you have the reasons or you have the results. So we have to make sure that we have the results, the better results that takes us to the excellence, right? Now, it was a serious business, but joy is also a serious business. And as we say, that the best moment in the learning when those are, run in the moments of enjoyment. So, table topic, yes, it's a serious business, but because originally this table topic was scheduled for Nagarajan, he called me today morning. I am not able to come, and please do it. I said, okay. He says, keep up my name, then make sure only ask for promotion. I said, hey, Vada. I said, would you like to supply me some? He said, no, you do it as per your guilt and fancy. I said, fine. Right? So we know what is table topic. For the sake of the protocol, I have to say it is all about impromptu speech without any preparations. One has to speak for minimum 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes. 30 seconds will there be as a grace time in order for you to get completed. Our president has already called the stalwart that I was targeting when I came in. So probably I will not bother them, but they can volunteer. I will take 3, 4 or maximum 5 unless until I am asked to stop it. So the first one, if I have volunteer, I would like to go for the volunteer.
First one, who would like to attempt? Okay, may I call our teacher Toastmaster, Rasita? Hello, Toastmaster Rasita. Your question or your topic, very easy topic. I just jotted down as I was doing. Who has got adversely affected with your Toastmaster skills? Who has got adversely affected with your Toastmaster skills? Okay.
Toastmasters, okay. The most effective person after joining Toastmasters is the husband or the wife. Why? Because the evaluation that is after joining Toastmasters, you face the evaluation and that application is done at home. Every moment you are at home, whatever job you do is being evaluated by the husband or the wife. And it becomes difficult to move ahead in life. So. Maybe I should not speak more because then it becomes a controversial. Only thing that is there. No action is being taken, so being in Toastmasters, both of us, he gives feedback, but we don't listen, so that's how we get along.
Okay. Next. Who should I send? Why not you come? No, huh? Ah, he is there. Okay. Motivate a cheetah to become a member in ATM. Motivate cheetah to become a member in ATM club.
I have to motivate. Thank you so much. If I have to motivate a cheetah to become a member of UAE Advanced or something, it is very simple for me. Because all are the legends, just like a cheetah. Yes. Every single member has their own quality and which can be related with cheetah. For example, we have a cheetah who runs fast, who is the fastest and who has rapid fire completed her levels in the club. I can give an example, that is what started their planning. And in the same way, we have examples for all kind of cheetahs members of UAE Advanced Toastmasters Club. So it would be easy for me to convey that this is the right place for you, this is the environment for you to get fit and well.
Thank you. What if I ask you a philosophical question? Microbiology is the elixir of life. Who would like to? Huh? No. Yeah, if you want to. See, sometimes it happens that we think that okay, table topic we have attempted many table topics and okay, at least something and we'll do something. So one fine evening I was sitting in Toastmaster, all of a sudden I was called by this person, the master blaster in our Toastmasters fraternity. He has more trophies than any souvenir shop. Only asked me, and I was like, humble, totally blank, and I don't know what did I speak. So I want to welcome this fantastic Toastmaster, host DTM Hashmi. DTM Hashmi. you the opportunity to get back to you.
No, I'm not going to ask you to respond on this one, but it was just that.
Now, you, a salaried person, found to be in possession of equivalent of 1 billion dirham cash, convince IT department. 1 million dirham or equivalent of 1 million dirham cash is found in your possession as a salaried person, convince IT persons or income tax persons. Over to you. Income tax.
Into my whole process there. Respected people of income tax. I understand that you all have nothing better to do. So I will reveal to you the truth. I came across 1 million dirhams in an African bank account. It was found by Muhammad bin Hashim, and he had said that it had to be left to one of his relatives. I know for sure that I am one of his relatives because nobody in the world has this name like me. My father was very creative when he made the same cartoon too. For those of you who don't know, in Urdu language, hari happens to be some kind of dish. I realized this only when I went to a multilingual school. When they all told me, Hashim, why is your name Hari? I told you should be thankful. My father was not cooking biryani that day. So for a person who had lived through trials and tribulations with his name, 1 million dirhams in an African bank account, try to understand. He will be my original relative and that money actually belongs to me. Since it is in an offshore account, I am already paying tax in Ethiopia, so I cannot pay you tax over here. So I beg you to allow this 1 million dirhams to come into my account tax free. If you want, you can add 5% back on it. If this proposal is acceptable to you, please share your name and details. I will find another African bank account that somebody with your name has credited 1 million, and you can have that as well. Of course, you have to pay me 10% for it.
Thank you.
So may I invite the MCG?
You cannot bring peace to your marriage life if you don't hide certain personal facts with your spouse. You don't bring peace to your marriage life if you don't hide certain personal facts with your spouse. Over to you.
Back to the line. Good morning, UAE advanced Toastmasters. Well, the question is very simple. This is happening every day in my life. So nothing new in it. There are certain white lines, we always do that. For me, fact the matter, we are very open. What she does, my better half, what she does, he has her way, I have my way. But at the end of the day, we meet somewhere. Definitely. So for me, there is no controversy in it. I meet her, nowadays I'm here alone. She is settled in Bangalore. So it is good, jolly good time. We meet somewhere for 5 months. We have our own space. Now, I don't hide anything. No. Because that will be the end of it. So I don't want to, any lawyers in here? No lawyers, yeah? No, we are not in business. But I don't want to book any lawyers. So for me, no controversy like this. We have a happy marriage. So we are very, thank you. One more. We should let it go. So, okay, thank you everyone for putting it in a fantastic way. Yes, thank you.
So one of the most controversial table topics that I have heard. I was going through the last one and I was good that my wife is on the other room. So I'm hiding all the secrets with you all. So for the fun part now, we're going to switch on to the
relaxed mode of UAE Advanced Toastmasters celebration mode now. So the celebration mode is on. And we've got GTM Hashim Halil here to give us our joke session. So please help me welcome GTM Hashim. I will always remember the Halim for sure.
I just want to. Yeah, I need there are some sessions just to right?
We want more of this.
So this is what we call a 360-degree when we come back, right? The next one opening to the door. So friends, I have to tell a joke apparently. I was thinking of some jokes and what I could say. And I heard VK Balaji give a motivational talk, on the moments of truth and all of that. So, I mean, the subject that I would really like to speak about is, motivation. It's the 17-year celebration of ATM. And, I mean, ATM is the home for many motivations. The topic given was, how do you invite a cheetah to join ATM? The place is already filled with lions and tigers and snakes and all. I mean, the cheetah will feel like a home. If the question was how to motivate an ant, okay, I can understand. But I mean, cheetah should be a walk in the park. I have a problem with all these motivational speakers. This science of motivation started back in my school. I mean, we have teachers here, so I will be respectful to my teachers as always. And as I usually have, there was this teacher, Mrs. Viganza in our school. For our annual day function, she came up on stage to give a motivational speech on, overcoming your fears. She was like, tremendous, thundering, overcome your fears, overcome your fears. In between her speech, she saw a cockroach on stage and screamed her lungs out and ran. Now, I don't know if she overcame her fears, but that cockroach nothing to begin with. But I think nowadays you have these motivational speakers all over the internet. You've got Tony Robbins, you've got Les Brown, and you've got YouTube video after video. Everybody is a month, So one of these, but I don't agree with some of them. One person, he was going on. Get out of your comfort zone. You must have heard that. Get out of your comfort zone. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I wanted to tell him, I spent 30 years to get into my comfort zone. You want me to get out of it? It's my comfort zone. But in Toastmasters, right? Especially with cheetahs and lions and tigers, sometimes we take this motivation to the next step. Now there was this, when I had invited DTM Balaji to give a motivational speech, right? So he came up with a heavy duty speech. He said, don't follow the beaten path. Create your own path. Go where there is no path. After listening to this speech, 3 Toastmasters are missing from that place. I'm still trying to find that path to the. But this motivation has always been there in our life. I remember my dad. I wanted to, I was average at studying, but to motivate me, he used to say, you kids have it very easy. When I was at school, I used to walk 20 kilometers to go to my school. Our whole town is only 6 kilometers. I don't know where the school is maybe longer. The truth is, this school was actually right behind our house. I was going around in front. Nowadays, there was one favorite topic. We tend to do this motivational thing. I heard once there was a topic given that it's not where you came from, it's where you go that matters. Very motivational. I wanted to tell him, Isaac Newton discovered gravity by sitting under an apple tree, right? If he was born where I came from, there are no apple trees, only coconut trees. He would have really understood the gravity of the community. So, friends, this motivation is a double-edged sword. When in corporate also, they invite motivational speakers to come and give speeches and motivate everybody. I don't know why they invite motivators to companies. Because when employees get motivated, they quit. If that's what you want, okay, agree. Invite the motivational speaker. They invited one motivational speaker to our company as well, and he gave a speech and all. Later on, from the HR, I found out how much they paid them. They paid that gentleman 20,000 dirhams. So I told HR, the answer is right there. You have 20,000 dirhams. You distribute that amount, and they will be motivated. Somebody to come. So, friends, motivation, as you see, is a double-edged sword. I beg you to use it wisely to your advantage. And in case you have any facts that you cannot disclose to your spouse, that is motivation enough to keep coming to Toastmasters. Wasn't that really so? Give a round of applause to Ethan Hartman. If you find those three people who are still finding their way, please report it to DTM Hashim. So the next one, what we are going to do is, we do a round of couple. I'd like to invite DTM Nelson, who's going to help us to play the Tambola today. Okay, so if you're lucky, we've got some really amazing prizes to be won. So make sure you're going to do a quick one. So by the time the tickets are distributed, we have the kids to perform. Yeah. Just like the age behind on the ticket. Okay, we've got a big request to take a break, so we'll break out for 5 minutes and come back. Okay. Why don't you take your coffee and come back to the room so that you got lots. Yeah, okay, see. Master Anuradha. This place is already settled down there or the left side, coffee on the other side. Is attached to the two.
करके देख लो टिकटॉक है क्या टिकटॉक मान लो मैं उसको बुलाता हूँ उसने चूज किया है दूसरा सॉन्ग चेंज किया है रात को हाँ Are you enjoying it? Huh? That's a boring है ना? Regular? Search काहीतरी बघतो कोणाला तरी लावायचं कॅथरीन ना छोटीशी डान्स करणार आंटी जी Taki. Just tell them that we are still on Inco Toastmaster Anuradha. Yes. Taki. Yes, this one? First one? The second one. Oh, the second one. This one, Taki. And then she's going to dance only, correct? She's going to dance, yeah. Speaker को connect किया है आपने? नहीं किया है? नहीं. तो स्पीकर को कनेक्ट नहीं किया है कैसा होगा? हाँ मेरा वाला करूँ? नहीं मैं आपने बोला हाँ एक घंटे हो जाएगा हाँ उसको पावर में चाहिए नहीं चाहिए 11 घंटा चलेगा
You want to connect your
Bluetooth, no?
UC one PS 400 and a PS मेरा Bluetooth निकालना था. S1 Pro.
नहीं बेटा ये नहीं S1 Pro boss perfect okay connect your device is ready okay done हाँ अभी बोलिए कनेक्ट अच्छा यहाँ पे प्ले किया तो आ जाना चाहिए ठीक है परफेक्ट
अच्छा हो जैसे.
हाँ मत खाओ मेरे पास भी बोस का दो तीन स्पीकर है मैंने पहले छोटा सा लिया
I have a full thing with the guitar and all. We can connect the guitar, we can connect the keyboard. एक ही speaker में सब होता है. You can do a mobile, you can do a laptop. Kalau final kan apa lagi? Ada lagi apa lagi? Meli kok mau ngomong di Pak Ini itu lagi. Terus kan memang juga memang itu problema itu waktu itu Era tu itu rekomendasi itu dua orang rekomendasi baru jauh dulu. Oleh orang yang nanti ya. Velam mereka kan semua berapa kalau 5 menit lewat. Yang sudah. Oke. Kalau dunia ini ya, kalau biasa kalau beli orang biasa itu panik. Certain problem is.
ശരിയല്ലേക്ക് നിൽക്കുന്നില്ല. ഇത് എപ്പോഴും ശരിയാ. ആ സുനിലെ പെട്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ല, വിളിച്ചിരുന്നില്ലേ? സുനിലിനെ വിളിച്ചിരുന്നു. അതാ ഇവനാണ് മെൽവിനാണ്. പെട്ടെന്ന് വാ ലാഡർ എടുത്തിട്ട് പോരെ. മെൽവെത്തിയ ഇല്ലാന്ന് പറയണ്ടേ. കൊണ്ടത്തില്ല മോണെങ്കിൽ ബക്കറ്റ് അത് കടലാസിന് മാറ്റാണ്. ആ പാത്രം തന്നെയാണ്. ഞാൻ കുറച്ചേരം ഏറ്റവും കണിതും എടുത്ത് തന്നെയാണ്. അപ്പഴേ വെള്ളം എവിടുന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് തന്നെ ഒറ്റണ സ്ഥലം കാണാനുണ്ട്. കാണാൻ ഉറന്നല്ലേ ഒന്ന് വെച്ചോന്ന് വലിച്ചിട്ട് ആ പാത്രം വെച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക അതിന്റെ അടിയിലായിട്ട്. വലിച്ചിട്ട് ആ ധാന്യം വന്നിട്ട് പാത്രം വന്നിട്ട് അതിന് മുകളിൽ വെച്ചു. അല്ല ഒരുപാട് ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞല്ലോ. അല്ല ബാക്കില് ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. അപ്പൊ വന്നിട്ട് ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞോ. പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ ഒന്ന് നോക്കണം. അത് പറ്റില്ലോ. No, forget the plan.
അതില്ല വയസ്സുള്ളവരില്ല പറഞ്ഞു അവിടെ തുറക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ നിൽക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ അത് സപ്ലൈ ആണത് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല അവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു അതല്ല എഴുമതില്ല അവിടെ തുറന്നു നോക്കണം ബക്കറ്റ് വേറെ എടുത്തോണ്ട് തുറന്നിട്ട് നീട്ടിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമെങ്കിൽ കളി വേണ്ട കേട്ടോ വേറെ
Hello, Toastmasters, Jaswinder.
It happens because of humidity.
You do which song you do?
Okay, okay, okay. Come. Tell me. What is that? Axi? मला सांग तू मला सांग म्हटलं
Which song there? See? No, there's no song with that. No, there's not there. No, there's not. Okay, as you're all coming in, we are going to do a quick action song. And the action song goes in this way. So you've got these two girls helping us. A round of applause to them. Okay, so the words are very simple. It's an African year. You know, some of you may have heard, but most of you might have not heard it. We used to do this when I was in scouting, so I thought of doing this again. Okay, the song is very simple, so I want you to quickly sing along, and then you know by the time. Okay, so it's called the Layla Lelu. Can you all repeat? The Layla Lelu. Layla, Lelu, 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 Layla. The Layla, Lelu, the Layla, Lelu, the Layla, Lelu, Layla, the Layla, Lelu. So we'll do one full sentence, then the second. It's only two sentences, right? Layla, Lelu, Layla, Lelu. Okay, sing this much. Layla, Lelu. It's the Layla and not the Layla. But okay, so the Layla, Lelu, the Layla, Lelu, the Layla, Lelu. The Layla, Lelu, the Layla, Lelu, the Layla, okay, clear? Can you try without the music? So I'm going to play the music and we're going to do, so it's an action song. You're going to wake up, get up from your seat and be a little free. Move your, come out of the chairs, leave your chairs and just stand where you are. So, okay, let's just do the song first. Okay, no action, just do the song. Layla, Laylu, Layla, Laylu, Layla, okay, okay, so very simple actions.
Kedu, can you do it? Okay, so it's like this. Okay, got it? Simple action, okay, and we'll keep it complicating it. Next, sure. Now, and 2 times. Okay, so. Okay, now, don't go. Okay. At the end, we will merge this whole thing without stopping, okay, quickly, okay? Okay. Okay, now without from the beginning till this point, and then we will go to the next. Remember, what is the first step? First step. Remember all the steps? Sing along. One more dance. Thank you.
I just followed you. I just followed you from the end.
I'm sweating already. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got our young talent waiting one after the other for dance. Give a round of applause to Katie who's going to dance on Taki Taki and we will do the dance. Okay, you ready? Give a round of applause to our young talent. Toastmasters.
Can we hear them?
Ready?
Yeah.
And the next song, we're going to have Sajita dancing on Believer. Round of applause for her. You want to believe? Isn't?
I'd like to call GTM Nelson to quickly take the floor and watch your tickets. We're going to do a quick round. So you.
Everybody have received your tickets?
Yes. Pencils,
Yeah. Ajay, ticket. All set? Yes. Everybody has. Everybody knows to play the game. We don't have to explain it. So we have Jaldi 5. Then the 3 lines, top, middle, and bottom, and full house.
We're doing a rapid round. So. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to pick. I'm helping you get my numbers.
Okay. Yeah. I can follow numbers. Should I use the mic?
No.
Jaldi 5, 3 lines, and full house.
Jaldi 5.
Okay.
Any line and full house.
So Sujil says 1 and 8, 18. This is my age, 1 and 6, 16. You know, I'm 2 years younger. And 18. Okay. 2 and 7, 27. Somebody's age, which I would not like to name. 5 and 9, 59. Three dozen, 3 and 6, 36. 2 dozen, 2 and 4, 24.
Maybe under it is now. Yeah, then you might have not had passed.
6 and 6, 66. Timer.
Yeah.
Quarter century, 2 and 5, 25. 8 and 2, 82.
I think this ticket is not one of
Once you start getting, you get 8 and 5, 85. I'm feeling so privileged, all are looking at me. 7 and 2, 72. Oh, see? Jalpa, wow.
We're getting all the left and using it.
25. Winner. Come on. Yeah, just wait for the line. See, the secret of winning, don't talk. Focus, focus. 5 and 6, 56. Satra, Khatra, 1 and 7, 17. Okay. 7 and 4, 74.
Okay, this is going to be lucky for some. Hopefully.
8 and 7, 87. 78, 78. No, line. Top, bottom and middle line. Who was the least number of organizations the numbers? We'll have the jackpot. 22. 22. 5 and 5, 55. 5 and 2, 32. 5 and 2, 52.
Those who have still not got anything, we can give you a gift.
The way he's sitting, he's all set. Me and I, that's line. You know what is the best part? He had to come to Wilson to me. 79, 79. Come on. 8 and 6, 86. Half century, 5 and 0, 50. 3 and 4, 34. Vijay Balaji proposing vertical lines also. 23.
Not part of the club constitution.
4 and 7, 47. 4 and 2, 42. My is okay. 33. 8 and 4, 84. Yes. Baba, don't go above 80. All by itself number 1, 2, 8. All by itself number 1.
Come on, top line, everybody is waiting.
No longer 7 and 7, 77. 8 and 9, 89. 4 and 0, 40.
I think your ticket is too motivated.
6 and 3, 63. 6 and 4, 64.
Okay, now. President's number.
4 and 5, 45.
What?
4 and 4, 44. 4 and 9, 49. हाँ क्या हुआ 6 and 1, 61. 4 and 6, 46.
Vertical lines are not okay, right?
1 and 0, 10.
Top line.
Yeah.
35. 50.
No, 35.
36. 50.
Yeah.
64.
Yeah.
And 62. So 82.
Oh, 82 is not good.
82 is not good.
82 is not good.
Top line is gone. Top line is gone. Deepak winner. Come on. You are all invited for lunch and beer for Deepak. 3 and 7, 37. 2 and 8, 28.
Now middle line, bottom line and pull out, okay?
All by itself number. 2.
Been only one.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
All by itself number. 4.
You can win once, huh?
7 and 6, 76. And 0. 16.
60.
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
47. 60.
Yeah.
84. Middle line.
Middle line.
So, middle line going to look for material.
You are playing for the bottom line and pull out.
Bottom line and pull out.
3 and 5, 35.
Everybody lucky? Now watch your bottle of your ticket.
All by itself number 7. 5 and 4, 54.
भाई आज लॉटरी निकालना नंबर 8 24 34 64 85 What is it? Ah, yeah, so sorry. Someone asked me. Bottom line is available. It is there only one trophy, one prize. You can only have one prize. But you can only one today.
71.
So bottom line and pull out. Come on, guys. Bottom line and pull out.
7 and 1, 71. 7 and 3, 73.
Only by ticket निकालो.
8 and 0, 80. Okay, okay. 8 and 1, 81.
What about the girls? They're getting any?
5 and 7, 57.
57, 57.
57. 4 and 3, 43.
Anybody has not got any number?
5 and 8, 58. 6 and 2, 62. Huh? What has this very
Fast.
fast, okay? The numbers we have already given out. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. Yeah. Yes. 8, 10.
You have to call the last number one.
16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 66, 71, 72, 73, 74, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 84, 85, 86, 87, 89.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome. Yeah, it's time. Huh? 78,
Yeah.
88.
78, 79 gone.
1 dozen, 1 and 2, 12. Two fat ladies, 8 and 8, 88. 8 and 3, 83.
Some facts are coming up. That's right. 18, 36,
36,
59, 79,
9,
83.
83.
Wow, bottom gone. Full house. Full house, full house.
Ulta Pulta 6 and 9, 69. 4 and 1, 41.
Unlucky number for Srival answer.
1 and 1, 11.
अरे क्या बात है
6 and 8, 68. Top of the house, 9 and 0, 90. 5 and 3, 53.
हाँ कमान बात सुना ना वो बात बोला
7 and 0, 70.
why nobody is keeping there
That's right. All right. 5 and 1, 51.
tension
6 and 7, 69.
अरे यार just miss हो गया उसका just miss हो गया
2 and 0, 20. 1 and 5, 15.
and the full of number
All right, sir, come on. All by itself number.
आ गया full of anybody
6 and 5.
second below will send you back to your house that's what I meant
Second below.
but right now there is also behind the ticket
3 and 8, 38. 5 is the number. 9. 6.
but because she has already won one so
Ipa Madhu.
6 12 18
You
27
check numbers which are not up.
हाँ हाँ okay
I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Okay, now you take your ticket, fold them into 5 or 6 folds. Make sure your name is behind that. Write your name. Yeah. Lucky tip.
For those who have not won. Who have not won. Who have not won. What are you doing? Yeah. Hi guys.
Yes.
I know Toastmasters. I'm applying for the regional advisors position. Whether I get through or not, I'm not bothered. But last night I was informed so many videos available of mine. Should I send them or should I think of a new video? I'm eternally grateful to Ivanson and Inesti along with help of somebody who has made this possible today. That this fresh video is what I'm going to send to the man. Okay. 2 days, okay, are from Two names here, and two lucky winners are you can write them. Hashim Halil. And one, the other name is. Oh, sorry. We'll pick up one because Caitlin has already won. So Caitlin, you have already won, right? So, yeah. Oh. No. Okay, thank you so much, BTM Nelson, for organizing the Tambola for us. Round of applause to BTM Nelson. And we have one surprise song by BTM. But she's also there, but BTM Rashika would like to sing for us today. Okay. Then we'll end up with.
No. Check.
बेस्ट करोगे हाँ फोटो ये बन हाँ है वही वाला हाँ सेकंड I'm going to buy that big thing.
I was trying to get which language. Yeah. Thank you, Rashida, for this wonderful music. And one singer, our farewell celebrate today itself will give us a one song I want to come up and sing for us. नाम गुमजाम हो घूम जाएगा by Lata Mangeshkar.
It's a duet, so I'm not using karaoke. It's a song sung by our right angle, Lata Mangeshkar. I hope I will do justice to it. Dedicated to you all.
नाम जाएगा चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा मेरी याद रहे नाम गुम जाएगा चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा मेरी याद की पहचान गर याद रहे वक्त के सितम वक्त के सितम आज है यहाँ वक्त से परे हम मेरी कहीं मेरी आँख की पहचान गर याद नाम गुम जाएगा चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा मेरी आँख की पहचान है गर याद रहे Thank you.
Round of applause for Toastmaster Priyadarshini. हम आपका नाम कभी नहीं भूलेंगे. I'd like to call upon our immediate past president to please give us our vote of thanks for the day, and hopefully the award ceremony follows next. Give a round of applause to Toastmaster Shobhita.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, and I'm a little short of words to say. The such more than the accomplishment, such genuine souls getting together in one room. This doesn't happen quite often. And one thing that it doesn't happen as well quite often is we have two district directors and one would be district director in the same room at the same time. Now, that doesn't happen quite often. After long that we get to meet such wonderful human beings, I mean, that I think that's my takeaway of joining this platform. More than the learning and communication that comes along with it, is what I have cultivated over the years are souls who are such enriched. And well, I was blessed and fortunate to have created friendship for life. I think that's my biggest takeaway. That's what keeps me with me. I remember the year 2019, there was a district event, and well, it was at our president's school, that's the Union Model School, and they were opening up a chapter. And there we have the district director. He has an eye for details. See, he picked me up from a distance, and then he was addressing. He moved to the stage and he was addressing. And from the dais itself said, Shomo, I want to see you back in the desk. Greeting me, welcoming me from there. And I was in a hiatus for about 15 years. And since my first daughter was born in 2005, I've left it. but you brought me down. And then obviously I have my elder brother and my mentor, Balsan Saab there, and Naganna there. I mean, there's no way, there's no respect. Yeah. So that's that. And what happened is 2019 is when I joined UAE Advanced. Obviously, Balsan Saab got me under his wings, and then made me the vice president education, and encouraged me to become the president. And last year, very interesting, there was not a single, obviously established clubs. You have distinguished Toastmasters in the ex-com panel all throughout. And last year, probably in its entire history, was one where everybody was Toastmasters. No distinguished Toastmasters. Yeah. And some of them had just moved out of school, getting into college, whereas there were the others who had seen life and come back and thought, okay, let me take a leadership role, starting off. So, two human beings that stood with me, who stood like a rock, yeah, absolute rock, and stood like a rock for our UAE Advanced Toastmasters, is my Sandeep Bhai and Priyadashini Bhai. What they have done is not only have they contributed, they have spread the word and brought along wherever they could into this platform. Now that also means their own family members coming and eventually taking over role plays in the ex-com. And I thought, in spite of the challenges that we have, moving from physical to virtual, I thought the bondage, even without meeting, was so strong that we could pull it through last year. And obviously, Balsan Saab, whenever he hands over the baton, it's like Usain Bolt handing it to Johan Blake, you see? So I must take it forward. So that was the other thing. So all this thing. One very important thing about Sandeep Bhai and Priyadashini Bhai is even without you asking them, they've already covered half of your ground for you to work on. I'm so amazed, absolutely amazed by their humility, their commitment, their dedication, and their passion and love for learning. I mean, there is something that I learned a whole lot. I mean, the Sergeant at Arms script that you shared with me, and I happen to be the Sergeant at Arms at the other club, which is the Sharjah Toastmaster. I mean, she was the guiding light for my scripts. Yeah, I used to draw from your scripts, those beautiful quotations that you used to start off. The only thing that I'm good at is I think I'm good at voicing it and bringing, as Balsan Saab would say, making the pause before you move to the other point. I think that's all that I do. And Sandeep Bhai, you are my brother for life. There's no two ways about it. Pleasure and joy to have your company for those beautiful walks that you, me, and Darshan Bhai used to go out in Mamzar. Well, Darshan and I can still continue, but we probably have to get you virtually in our walks. That's the only thing that we have to do. But on behalf of the club, and it's been an honor and a joy to have be a part of the ex-con and you piloting everything. We also had our challenges where because of the work scenario, our vice president education had to let it go. There was although I took over the mantle, the work was done by both. It's just that I put the name on it, but it's that one. And what it brought out is the best in working as a team. Yeah, your selfless and untiring support anytime, every time. I think we grew as a family, and with your blessings,
Yeah, that's the family atmosphere that we could develop in this club. And we had fun, we had learning, we had joy every time we met. And it's such a joy to see both of you, Toastmaster Praveen and DT and Rasita, after a long time. I can only feel the amount of contribution when you were actively involved in Toastmasters. So it's been an absolute pleasure. DT and Jayesh, I mean, there are certain members who stand out. Besides them, there are certain members like DT and Nagarajan, DT and Lakshmi, DT and Jayesh. Even without you asking, you know, if you have a challenge, they are there to fall back on without a shadow of doubt. Hashim Bhai, absolutely, there's no two words about you, Hashim Bhai. DM Sujil, the few interactions that I've had with you, I mean, you bring so much of grace, poise, and calmness. I mean, that's something that I learned from you. One thing, DM Nelson, I did share with my friend group, and I got reconnected after 30 years. Is somebody said, what can we do for the society? And I very promptly said, simple things in a great way. That's what Nelson Dada taught us. Absolute pleasure and honor. Now, shall we start off with the gifts? Obviously, I would request Balaji Anna's presence here because who better than him to hand over the prize? One thing that I had in my heart for a very long time, and that has got nothing to do with today's event, but we were so honored to have a member of ours going all the way to the district and winning the championship. Now, in the course of his journey, there was obviously won the division championships, and I have got the certificate and the plate for the division champion. So can I call upon Hashim Bhai to come over and let me hand it over? This was that he won in the division.
Round of applause.
Round of applause, please. Thank you. Now we go on. I think I'll hand over to Toastmaster Nakshit with all of the names while I refuge our mentors' arms next to him. Toastmaster Nakshit. Oh, okay. All right, now for the housey session that we have, let's call upon our Jaldi 5 winner, Devashi. Devashi, can you please come over? Jaldi 5 winner, Devashi. Now to the top line winner, DT and Deepa. The middle line winner would be Toastmaster. Bottom line winner, Toastmaster National. Now the full house winner, I have to call somebody to hand over the winner. So let me call upon, okay. That's another, please come. Full house winner, DT and Balaji.
Yes, put in lot of efforts.
Now, the second full house winner is our young button master, Arush. Arush, you have to come on. That's okay. Now to the two special awards first go to young respected Gabelia Caitlin. And the other award goes to Hashimai Sakurai to come back and collect your special award. Now, we've got two more awards.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. For the dance performance, we take our hands. Sunita, come over and say, come on. And to the two melody queens of this afternoon, we can ask first. And to our second melody. And not to forget the other dancer who rocked this afternoon. That's Caitlin. So big round of applause for Caitlin. Oh, yes. Well, come October, Sandeep Bhai and Tridashni Bhai will be flying out to Auckland. So as just token of appreciation, a token of our gratitude of your support, the love that you showered on the Vikram, can I request both of you to be here? Be hanging on the phone. This we deserve this standing of this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, oh, yes, it's the case. And well, 17 years young, that's all that we are here for. So let's all join together for our 17th anniversary.
And for some,
And certainly for Sanita and Radishita.
few cakes are here. There's only one request from Srivasan. Please eat and take it home.
Congratulations song play करना कोई नहीं यार रिकॉर्डिंग चालू नहीं नहीं रहने दो रिकॉर्डिंग कानून सब्जेक्ट मांग पता चले 3 साल के बाद क्या प्रूफ है कांग्रेचुलेशंस ये ऊपर वाला हाँ
Yeah, two cakes here. I know.
congratulations song हाँ ठीक है ये हाँ पॉज कर दो
Let's call upon the 3 people who are here, dedicated to Jayesh, Rasita and Praveen. Please come to cut the UAE ATM cake. And we coming from free cake, I can't cut any cake. Please come everybody. Sandeep,
Thank you so much, our past president, Sona, for the. Thanks, and all the wonderful parents of the Toastmasters. Thank you.
Our district director next, Nelson, come, PQD is there.
DDM Uniform. DDM Nelson, please come. Okay, all those people song, join in, 1, 2. Don't leave without everyone, congratulations. Wishing all the best to Toastmasters Sunday, welfare Rashidi, as well as the turning out. In a round of applause. We wish Sunday, welfare Rashidi, ma'am, a wonderful journey.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. I'm still here. I'm still in the UAE.
Officially, the meeting is adjourned, but don't leave without the cake. Thank you everyone for making it today. We really thank you. On behalf of the club, our PPD here, Deepa, our PPD again with assistant PPD here, BTM Sujit for coming all the way. Thank all our past team for coming here for those wonderful moments spent today. We still have one more dance from Caitlin, so you can sit down and enjoy the dance, and we have some moments now. Whilst you're eating the cake, we'll keep you entertained.
Some dance off for everyone.
Everybody also can dance with Caitlin and with the team. Sujita West, Sujita West, Sujita. No.
So much.
Okay, thank you, Lead and Ashim, for coming. Congratulations. Wow. Rupak, Ketu, come. Ket.
Come to down. Ketu go start the question. Yes. Bring and come. Put some music. Music. We all run to dance. Kate, come fast. Come.
Okay, everybody, dance along with Caitlin. One, two, and two, and four, and two. Come here, come here. Okay.
Fantastic, big day.
Everybody who wants to dance can dance along. Come on.
For all of us to dance.
No.
ಇದಕ್ಕಿದೆ केसरी ते का ते बघा डान्स त्याच्या डान्स करू दादा Bollywood part. What is that song? Bollywood part. Okay, play it musically. Any other? In Hindi, Hindi. What is that? This one. No, this one go. Not a thing. Okay. Chal, dance. Everybody will dance. Okay, now everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could I transfer these? हाँ मेरे लैपटॉप में डाल दो इसमें ना कार्ड है तो आप बैकअप करने पर नोट कर लेना then I'll give you your card मुझे फोटो रखते हैं हाँ उसी में डाल दो एक आज का मीटिंग का एक ये डेस्कटॉप पे मेरे कार्ड है तो ये ट्रांसफर एक ही फोल्डर में रखो ट्रांसफर take it from there then I can pick up from the folder there. Right? Actually, okay, that's
Generally, when we
The last time we came by both and five. They wait. See, there are people. Yeah. Sandeep, एक बात there are four couples here. They go outside. Yeah. एक second, एक photo. Sandeep, just come, no? Just 1 minute. Yeah. Which cake was good? Pink वाला कि white वाला? Pink is अच्छा है.
I know. Huh? And then everybody have a cake. Everybody had cake, next time we had cake, my son had cake.
The meeting went well, right?
Clear and the glitch, but okay.
I can play music from a Bluetooth.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we are waiting for you to dance now, then only we'll go home. After you finish dancing.
Like this.
उससे बात कर रहे हैं ये लोग, कब खत्म होगा?
तो आगे बहुत हो गया ठीक है जो
But detecting that, they really have it.